Okay, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, I'm recording as well now, so pressing start now. So, what happened last time? Julius. Yes, the name's Julius. I was about to call him Juan. I was about to call him Juanito or something. Wait, so I think we have to talk to CL. Where is CL? Okay, here's CL.
Where is
Marduk.
she?
On the bottom on yes. So, I've been watching a few of the new anime, including the isekai ones, and it kind of reminds me about how we first met. Remember? Oh, okay, this is not letting you join yet, but I find it really funny how it's already been about 5 years since we were called into another world to save it from the forces of darkness. And within the span of 3 weeks, we doomed that world to an awful Gehenna. We can bring
Doesn't
Alyssa.
take
We can bring
long.
Alyssa.
Oh, nice. Woohoo.
But still, you know, at least some good came out of it. You know, we met, so.
Yeah. Who cares about the world anyway?
Let's. You know what? I'm going to un-NTR myself by having CL accompany me. You can have Elisa though.
Okay, nice.
But.
Ooh.
Yeah. You remember that? I can't remember their names. I think his name was Dave or something. I really do not care. But remember Dave? Yeah. Did you know that guy was actually a filthy lolicon?
Oh.
So. Yeah. So.
Didn't he die?
Yeah. He died. Here's a little secret though. I'm the one that killed him. I didn't kill him. But I just kind of made sure that he was in a position to die. He was a filthy lolicon. And did you see the advances he was making on the princess who was like 10? Ugh.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah. I swear, I think the only reason why he wanted to go on this incredible journey of magic and knights and demons is because he wanted to become a hero to bang that 10-year-old princess. I'm
Actually, oh man, you remind me. That guy was very very similar to a certain character from an anime I saw. Called what was it called? The one about a 13-year-old boy that got raped by a succubus and got a child with her, and then
Stop!
Yeah.
Stop! I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks.
And then years later, she comes back with the child, and he had to raise that child. And in the anime, he's like 20, 21, 22 years old. And basically, the child falls in love with the other child of the mother that she got with another man. Falls in love with the guy, whatever, like the succubus child, which is 10 years old. It's creepy as fuck. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know.
Actually, how messed up of a plot is that? I mean, the boy is like chilling. I remember that scene. Like the boy is chilling like on the side of a lake or whatever, and then the succubus falls, and she's like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute." And then
Oh wait, no, sorry, I thought you were talking about another anime for a moment.
no, and then he's like, "Oh, you know, the succubus falls into the water, and she's all wet." So he's like, "Oh, come to my place. I'm gonna help you dry and whatever." And the succubus woman is like, "Oh, he's cute. He's so cute all the time." And then at some point, he falls asleep on her lap, and she rapes him when he's asleep.
Okay,
And
so
to go back to her world or whatever. Because she needs magical power, which comes from semen.
that is pretty messed up. But Max, I'm going to tell you something right now. as long as the female is sexually attractive, I mean, it is disgusting, but as long as
She
the
was
female
attractive.
is sexually attractive, then it's not rape and nothing wrong happened.
Okay. But yeah.
At
I
least
just think
according
it's-
to my anime list.
And the poor guy who got left with a child like years later.
Mid-size hostile is near. I'll update your coordinates.
He didn't even know that it was, because he
Mid-level
got
Aragami
sex with a
en route.
succubus years ago. Or whatever. I still think it's, I guess, unusual. I don't think I've seen any normal anime with plots like that.
I don't
Aside
think
from this
any.
one.
I don't think any would nowadays.
Yeah.
Not unless it's going for this super serious tone.
Alpha, you're in
But what's creepy, like very incredibly creepy, is that so the succubus woman had a husband or whatever, another guy, and she got a child with him as well, and she had to hide the child she had with the boy. So, which is why she got to the world, like on Earth, whatever it's called, like the regular world, to give the child back to the boy, so that she could be able to hide it, because it wasn't, a legitimate child, whatever it's called, bastard child.
Oh wait,
And,
no, I remember the anime you're talking about. No, I was thinking of the anime. No.
Hey, you know what's creepy?
Ah.
Do you remember what's creepy about it? About the little succubus blonde? She's the child. She is the child of the same mother, and she falls in love with the guy, like the main character.
No, we're done talking about this. I'm getting PTSD.
I'm traumatizing you.
Yes, you are. Well, you're not the one that traumatized me. It was someone else. But
The links
And I'm dying because I keep on talking and not paying attention to the game.
with the bonds broken. Those Aragami
But yeah, I just think it's messed up because it's basically the sister of his child.
Blood Beta, God Eater
And I'm
down.
dead.
Please
This thing didn't let me
I
heal.
was trying to heal you, but I forgot that I was not in gun mode.
I was desperately trying to heal myself, but this thing didn't let me have a break, I guess. But yeah, I think it's messed up. The plot itself is really messed up. And the woman, the queen, whatever, the queen succubus. I remember her being like, "Oh, darling, why are you so mad at me?" And the guy has every right to be mad. Yeah. I mean, come on, like, she barges in with a child and says, "Okay, you can take care of her, bye," and then leaves and never comes back again for like 10 years.
Yeah, that's. You know what? You would never find that in reality. You would never find. How many females never try to get custody over the child?
Yeah. But it was because it was an illegitimate child from a queen, So,
No. Oh yeah.
so she had to hide the child from existence into her world. But what's messed up is that the guy becomes. So, if you remember that anime, the succubus
I don't.
The
No, I'm
succubus-
not going to try to remember.
succubus are supposed to have harems of men. And her blonde child, whatever, because, well, she was blonde and her legit child, I guess, whatever you call it, like the one that was supposed to inherit the title of queen, was supposed to have her first harem at the age of 10.
What?
And yes, and do you know what they need to do? Like, what succubuses need to do to get energy?
Sex, because it always
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, or suck dick. Literally suck dick. So, thankfully nothing happened. But that's creepy. And every night they need to choose partners or whatever. And that was so weird. In fact, it sounds like the plot of a hentai. It wasn't a hentai. It's kind of weird.
Oh, okay, and just to derail this topic a little bit, because I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable. It kind of reminds me of you say plot of a hentai, and it reminds me of a hentai that doesn't exist because I dreamt up the entire thing. Where I had this dream where I was watching an anime about It was one of those inspirational anime about a girl who goes through school, and as she goes through school, she helps out everyone, through all of their problems through sex. And she gains the admiration of teachers and students because she helped them with all of their personal problems through sex. And
That's funny.
but what do you call it? It was so surreal thinking, did I ever watch something like this? Because it seemed like something I would watch. So for about an hour after I woke up, I started looking for this thing, and no one knew what I was talking about. So I can only conclude that I never did watch an anime like that.
Well, now it's time to create the anime yourself.
No, so, what was I? But basically, it was Great Teacher Onizuka, but starring a female schoolgirl and sex, instead of being awesome.
Big Dad? No, it's not.
No, there are 3 of them.
Jesus.
Well, there's going to be a 4th soon.
Man, it's a pretty big orgy right now. With all those monsters. I always remember, speaking of orgies, I'll always remember what I told you. With, you know, what I said in school. Like,
An orgy of candy.
Yeah. I'll never forget that, like how my classmates looked at me. With my friend next to me looking at me like, to each his own, I guess.
Now you're reminding me of that hentai where the female eats some candy, sticks it in her vagina, and then the male.
Yeah, I know. You told me about it in the previous episode.
For those of you wondering what I'm talking about, it's I can't remember, but the mangaka's pen name is Kaiduka, and the pen name is Kaiduka, and it's something Oz, O-Z. I cannot remember the title, but something Oz.
Sure is not the Wizard of Oz.
No, but it's supposed to be an XP of that. So the thing is, the first girl is an idiot, and she's trying to scare away some crows. The second girl is she needs the courage in order to make her high school debut. And the third girl is one of those kudere where they're fairly emotionless. So, you know, the Tin Man who has no heart. And their names are, I can't remember. Their names are, I cannot remember the name of the first girl, but the second girl's name was Yuki, which can mean courage phonetically. And the last girl's name was Kokoro, which can translate into heart. So it was the Wizard of Oz, high school 30-year-old teacher having sex with his students edition.
Oh wow. But speaking of doujin and hentai and stuff, I was looking up stuff about, you know, since we talked about it last time about witchcraft works on a website, a French website, and I found since I put a space between witch and craft, which is not supposed to, you know, happen. Like it's supposed to be one word. So by typing like that, I found doujins, like hentai doujins for sale physically, but I don't want to buy them because I don't know. Buying used doujins, I don't know.
As much as I dislike Faku because 13 USDs a month, and you can't download anything. One thing I do have to give them credit for is their physical books have these plasticky feeling pages so you know.
You can clean them.
So you can clean them, and it won't keep the smell.
Oh man, because I would actually love to get some dojins physically. I think it's pretty neat. But at the same time, I have no idea if I'm gonna like it. And on top of that, I don't know if it's used or not. But if it's used, no thanks. Honestly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's one thing I wish I could have done in my life is going to what is it called? Comiket, you know, going to Comiket and buy some dojins.
We're going to die if we ever do that.
Yeah.
I remember Japan Expo. Apparently, it's worse than that, from what I've been told.
I've seen videos of people going there and filming in the crowds and stuff, and it looks incredibly packed. Like crazy.
I already kind of feel uncomfortable.
Just
in
looking at
large
videos?
Yeah, just from large crowds and just thinking
Okay.
about being in one. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not.
same.
It's probably not as bad as it is with your sister, but
Yeah.
I just feel, you know, heart rate goes up. I can feel myself, like I start sweating and all of that stuff.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I have the same issue, especially since being in my position, it's stressful to walk in crowds.
Okay, one of them is almost dead.
But yeah, I would still love it just because of getting the what do you call it? The OG, like the real experience, I guess. You know, like
Yeah.
the Comiket, like I don't know.
I would love to. There are a few artists that go to these things that I follow on Tripper, and I really like these.
I'm dead.
Oh.
Alisa, revive me. Thanks. You're sweetie. Oh shit. Yeah, but she didn't
I'll
have
heal
that
you.
much-
Yeah, healed you.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm dead. I healed you. I'm dead.
Okay, I think she's coming for you as well.
But
Yeah.
there are a bunch of Japanese artists I follow on Chirper that I think they're pretty cool people. They, especially the ones that know how to meme in Western memes. Like, for example, I need to stop saying that word. Faye, otherwise known as My Doll, who is really coolios, and honestly, I think you would probably be able to hold a conversation with her, seeing as how much of a car otaku she is.
You told me about that. So even when I run around on this field, I still get hit. That's something. Wow.
Thing is, this one is almost dead. Oh, it's dead. It's almost
Nice.
dead. It's dead.
Okay, I ate it. Ran out of stamina. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, because I just wish I could go to Japan, like buy a lot of stuff and come back with it. But if I did, I know I would get my ass destroyed by the customs financially, I think. Even I've seen some Americans coming back to their country with lots of stuff, and the customs or whatever it's called, like at the airport, would mess around with their merchandise, and sometimes some stuff would be missing in your bags, and I think that's that's awful when you buy stuff and then they just steal it or something.
That's why when I go to Japan, I'm not going to buy a lot. I'm going to buy a knife, a Shinsengumi Haori, and that's all I'm going to buy for myself. Everything else is just going to be souvenirs for my family.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not too much, it should be fine. But I know a guy, I told you about him, from the Netherlands. He saved like 3,000 euros just to buy games in Japan. So he bought like bags and bags of games and came back with it.
Monkey's dead.
Origami neutralized. Well done.
One is dead?
The monkey thing. This thing.
Okay. Space monkey. I don't know why I'm thinking about that.
I wished more people would have brought up a fuss about that, Because come on, a game starring a strong, independent black woman who don't need no man. You know, in a game with a program called Space Monkeys. That's come on. Outrage is funny.
Target
Yeah, I'm surprised no one did.
extraction arrives.
A
You
few
know.
people mentioned it. I think I know why it wasn't given a lot of outrage. Because the female herself was not a part of the Space Monkey program. The Space Monkey program is just a...
We're all anxiously
It's a
awaiting your
program
return.
for
Now stay
artists
safe.
to submit their work to the developers and then get their art in the game.
Yeah, for free or something like that.
So, in other words, the artists are being ripped off, but...
Yep. Uh,
Yeah, it's,
That was some
Oh,
fine
man.
work.
I swear.
there needs to be more outrage. I desire more outrage.
That's something I love to see as well on the internet, is just seeing the world burn, I guess. Which is why I want to see the Kiseki games being localized by someone else.
Yeah.
Just so I get to see people cry. And have you seen even the comments from those people? Like, oh, if someone else localizes it, my life is over. That kind of comment. Like, it makes me want it to even more
Yeah.
when I see comments like that.
And realistically speaking, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it'd be funny if it happened.
Yeah, it would be funny, but yeah, I don't think it will. I think you're right. You said it in the past, but probably Falcom was just waiting for Sen 4 to be out of the way before giving the license for Sen 3 and 4. I don't know.
I'm saying that based on what Floofy said, so...
But it would make sense. But again, one thing that still doesn't make sense is why we didn't get Crossbell in the meantime. We could have got Crossbell on Steam or something, you know? Since Exceed really loves PCs, they could have just put Zero now. So, I don't know.
I remember that you said once that one of the reasons why Falcom does not put any games on PC anymore is because the audience on PC is older, and
That's one of the reasons. But
that's one of the reasons. And I thought about that for a moment, and I thought, how is that a bad thing? That seems like a great thing. If they're not writing games for children and they're writing games for adults, you know, I think that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
But that's one thing I don't like about Falcom is that ever since, I would say, Zero, you can find all interviews, and I believe those are interviews that Floofy uploaded a long time ago on YouTube. You can find Kondo talking about how he wants a younger audience, like he wants to get below the average age of 35 to 40 years old. Because apparently the average Falcom player is like 35 years old. Which I didn't know, but
By the way, we have to go to the director's office.
okay. Which I think it's good actually. I would prefer having games targeting adults than like everybody else does and target young kids. You know. Where is it again? Sorry, I was
The executive thing. It's on the
Okay.
very bottom.
okay. Oh, cutscene.
I tried syncing it similarly to you.
Lunar Cry.
So
A large scion, Amardi, has gathered a legion of origami and garrisoned in a strategic area. First, the detachment will flank the enemy and strike, creating an
All of them
opening
have
for
these wide-eyed expressions, and I know it's supposed to be shocking,
After our
but
assault,
this
the
doesn't really seem like a,
detachment
a
will all
shocking
pass through the breach,
situation,
close in,
so all I can think of is them being incredibly high.
will be composed of remotely controlled ARC soldiers under command of
Good to see you back in the action, you
Captain Julius
traitor.
Visconti.
Julius!
Good to see you back in the action. This is no common fight. It will grant peace to Romeo's soul.
That's right.
We will fight without falter.
we will avenge Fabio.
Fabio. I thought his name was Cat. I don't know. I couldn't think of a name in time.
Dino.
Dino. I thought his name was Dino Dinny.
Okay, can we go now? Or is it?
I'm just talking to some of the NPCs because I just want to talk to them.
I know it's off topic, but I kind of like Ciel's outfit.
It's nice. Okay, it's going to be one of those missions.
What do you mean?
It's the kind of mission where what do you call it? Words. It's multiple missions in one.
Ah, I see. I'm gonna leave the office. Okay.
Pills.
Oh yeah, I need to check for pills. I think I did take the pills, but I'm paranoid, so.
Also,
Just to make
I'm going to
sure.
take some traps with me because. Let me guess. You thought of those traps.
I don't know why. I think it's it's funny for some reason. It makes no sense, I know, but.
Man, the more we play God Eater, the more I want to play Monster Hunter. And then the more I think of how I want to play Monster Hunter, the more I think, man, Monster Hunter is so boring. I really don't want to play Monster Hunter. I know. Monster Hunter World is just so boring, though. There's so... the gameplay is good, but the monsters are so boring.
In position. Watch for the
Yeah,
enemy at all
I
times.
heard about that. I mean, you told me. You explained to me.
I can't even... There are some games I've managed to trick myself into liking. Monster Hunter World is not one of those games. And I really want to get into it again because there's going to be an update in August which introduces a literal Final Fantasy monster.
Wow.
With special event armor to boot and an event weapon, and that thing's dead.
Okay, I thought it wasn't. And didn't they have a collab with Square Enix or something? Maybe.
They're going to have one where you can get this special armor that looks like. You probably don't know what it's called, but it's called a Dragoon in Final Fantasy, where it's just a knight that specializes in jumping and spears, and jump attacks and spears. And the funny thing is, in Monster Hunter, well, it's not a spear, it's a glaive, but it's close enough. But the spear weapon in Monster Hunter, it's specialized for jumping, so it fits right in.
Oh yeah, I know it has nothing to do with Monster Hunter, but one thing I saw the other day that kind of irritates me, to be honest, is ever since a game, for example, like East 8 came out on the Switch, I see East 8 review, Switch, East 8 review, Switch. But before that, no, I would never see reviews.
So I saw this thread on my anime list about Switch users specifically. About how Switch users, and when I say Switch users, I'm not talking about all of them, but I'm talking about the port beggars specifically, and the Nintendo fanboys, who will say, and basically the thread was about how Nintendo fanboys, Switch beggars, well, pretty much any console beggar, but this one was about Switch in particular because that's the hot new thing. But how Switch beggars will very rarely acknowledge games until it comes out on Switch.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, I again, this applies to all port beggars, but I've seen this especially bad. From my experience, this is especially bad with Vita beggars and Switch beggars.
Huh.
So yeah, you know, you'd always have these people saying, "Oh man, this game would be great on Vita," and now it's this game would be great on Switch.
I see, yeah.
And
And
it's like-
what's funny is that the sales are bad. Like, I think the Switch did poorly compared to all the other versions.
The thing is, the main people buying Switch are from America and I think to a lesser extent Europe. Not so much in Japan. From what I'm seeing, I could be wrong. I can't remember the sales numbers off the top of my head.
Because I remember someone, I don't know what happened exactly, but I remember, again, Floofy, having an argument with someone about how, you know, that person wanted to, like, it was that kind of person of the Switch, I guess, you know, the exact example. And that person was saying, yeah, Falcom doesn't want money, they don't release enough on Switch, it makes no sense. And
I
then
think that
Floofy-
I think that guy is called Stealth or something on Chirper, and everyone on my anime list makes fun of that guy.
Okay, and Floofy even mocked him and showed the numbers, like saying basically the Switch port is like the least successful by far. And yeah, so those people think that everything on the Switch will like be a massive success or something. It's weird. Also, I lost you.
Yeah, it kind of ran away to a certain part of the map. I'm thinking, look, I understand not everyone can afford every system. I understand that. I understand that people want something all on one system for the sake of convenience. But if you actually like games, play games. Port begging is so pathetic in my opinion.
It is, and that's why I also hate PC beggars just as much, because all beggars are bad. It's not just, you know, PC or Switch or Vita. All poor beggars are very annoying. And I honestly think that PC beggars were just as annoying, honestly. We talked about this many times, so we don't need to go back to that topic, but yeah. It's like, I believe a guy said that it was stupid to not release every game on every platform. And I have many things to say about that, because if you want to sell a system, man, yeah. I don't think it's a good thing to have every single game ever made on every single platform under the sun. No.
Actually, there was a. People always say, "Oh, exclusivity is bad. But we shouldn't have it. It's anti-consumer," and I can understand that. But I remember watching a video by Cat Icarus, and I don't agree with him on this opinion. But I understand where it comes from, and he said in a perfect world, everything would be multi-plat. You could buy whatever you want on whatever system. But exclusives exist because companies need to sell their own hardware.
Yep, that's just a need.
That's also the thing is, people will then probably say it's bad that we have multiple systems where there should just be one system. That's really, really bad for the consumer, because if there's only one system, that will mean that generally there will be one company that decides how everything works on that system, and therefore if they decide to do something that people don't like, well, too bad. What else are you going to buy?
Also, I think we both know very well that that would end up badly to have domination.
Yeah, this actually came up in Neptunia Mark II.
That's exactly what I was thinking, and I'm glad you catch my... even though I haven't played Neptunia yet. I mean, I did buy Neptunia V2R, but I haven't touched the game since...
I'm getting so many mixed opinions on that game. Some people saying, "Oh no, the changes are actually good," and then like one half was saying, "Oh no, the changes are really good." And the other half is saying, "Oh no, the changes are awful." I have not. From what I've seen, the changes seem awful, but I have not played enough in order to make a full discernment. Maybe there are more gameplay things there that I haven't seen because I only played the game for 30 minutes. By the way, speaking of which, I have no idea why, but for some reason, everyone, the people looking for my channel, they seem to think I'm playing Neptunia V2R, and for good reason, but for some reason, if you're watching this just to find out where I am, I'm not doing Neptunia V2R, I'm doing Shining Resonance Refrain. Not that anyone's listening, so, you know.
Actually, speaking of Shining Resonance, I think, I mean, I've only played an hour, but it looks very, very simple. Like, there's barely any animation in the game, you know what I mean? Like, cutscenes are extremely simple, even more simple than a Falcom game. Like, there is really nothing going on as far as animation goes. It's kind of strange.
The thing is, it's actually isn't it a remake of another game?
PS3 game, it's a remake
Yeah, so
of a PS3
I would
game.
imagine it's because of that.
It looks pretty nice, but I absolutely love the coloring. That's one thing I missed in JRPGs is this very bright and lively. Like it looks like a kind of like a drawing, I guess.
Yeah.
I really like that style. Plus Tony Taka, I just love this artist. So.
You know, you talk about color, and that reminds me of something. So the Spyro remake.
Oh.
A lot of people are liking it. I don't. Well, I don't like the way it looks. The
I haven't touched it.
The gameplay is probably well, it's not out yet. There are only trailers and stuff. But I don't like the coloring. It's. And I'm not going to bash the redesign. I'm not going. Spyro. It looks fine, but everything. It uses this very realistic lighting engine.
Oh.
So.
That doesn't work, yeah.
You know, it was able to work in Crash. I think the people that made the Crash remake, the Insane Trilogy, I think though that was a fine remake, it was still colorful, the lighting, you know, it used somewhat realistic lighting, but it was handled better. This new one looks awful. Everything looks... If there's this one place where... where it's supposed to be at a sunset or something, and because it's sunset, like in the original game, you saw an orange sky, but everything was, you know, it was kind of a subdued orange tint, so everything was still nice and colorful. Now everything looks orange.
Oh.
And I hate that so much.
I see.
It makes me...
I need to check it out to see what it looks like too, with my own eyes.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I have to feces post against. I have to feces post against a mobile game that I play because I have feces taste.
All those games from my childhood. Spyro, I know there was Crash a while ago. Medieval, I know that Medieval is getting a new release. We don't know how it looks like, but I hope it looks nice.
Okay, ready.
Okay.
Okay, this has nothing to do with you, but so you know how I play this filthy mobile game based on Fate and Type Moon and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
So, I always like feces posting the the mobile game Chirper account. One, because they never respond to Chirper, so no one cares. And two, because, you know, it's a mobile game. Of course they're going to try and rob you of as much money as humanly possible. But for some reason, you always get these people. Always. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it on my anime list. I've seen it on Chirper. I've seen it on Facebook. There are people that will go, "Hey, you should stop asking them to give you the premium currency for free. Don't be greedy." And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? This is a mobile game. These things are designed to be greedy. The players have every right to be greedy.
Resonance wave is boosting attack power.
And not only that, the North American server, it's the global server, but there's also a Korean and a Taiwanese and Chinese server.
Uh-huh.
But the North American server is the worst server. Especially here's to put it into perspective. All the other servers are trying to catch up to the content that's already released in Japan. The North American server has had delay after delay after delay, and we're getting the least amount of free premium currency.
Oh.
So, but you'll still get those people saying, oh, "Don't be greedy." It's not like don't be greedy. They're doing the best they can. You shouldn't. If you really want the premium currency, just buy it. I think these people are insane. It's like a cult. These people.
Yeah.
Yes, I want free premium currency because, one, I don't want to give my money to a game that's designed to rip out as much money from my wallet as possible.
Yeah. And those
and
games
two-
will disappear into nothing less.
Yeah, and again, once the servers are down, and the servers will go down at some point, that's you're not going to get that back.
Yep.
At least when I pay for a physical game, if I pay 60 USDs for a physical game, I can pop it into my system whenever I want. Or, if I don't own the system, I can boot it up on an emulator. And I can play it just fine. These filthy mobile games, no. Once they're gone, they're lost to the ether.
Yep. Exactly. That's my problem. That's
Yeah.
one thing I fear in the future is an all digital future, because it's gonna be annoying to, especially if it's all online stuff. That's gonna be very annoying for preservation. I mean. To be fair, we are far from ready from switching to all digital. Like I've seen some American, you know that guy you don't like, and I actually dislike him as well. Review Tech USA.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I don't.
he was doing years ago, like he was saying, yeah, we're gonna switch to an all digital, way of playing in the future. There won't be any physical games anymore. It's over. Blah blah blah. And today it's like, yeah, I guess I was wrong. We're far from ready to switch to an all digital market. Plus, DRM and shit is gonna be so annoying when you think about it, because that's the worst.
I will say this. One thing, I really hate Burgerland Internet. But if there's one good thing to come out of it, it's data caps. And again, data caps are awful. I hate data caps. But if I were to try to look for a positive of data caps, it's that because of data caps, people cannot download as many games as they want to without incurring a fee. And because of that, there's still a need for physical, because if you download too many games, and again with PC gaming, these things go on sale so often that you could download a lot of games.
Yeah.
Because of data caps, there is still a need for what do you call it? For physical.
Yeah. Indeed. But I don't know why people absolutely want to go all digital. I think we should have both formats coexist and not, entirely switch to digital, because it's gonna be detrimental in the long run.
Yes, I can't wait for the day. Here's what's going to happen. If everything turns digital, at some point you're going to get a bunch of people who, let's face it, things are going downhill when it comes to online play. It's easier to get banned nowadays from a game or service than ever before.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna get banned after buying thousands of USDs worth of games, and then they're not gonna have access to their games anymore.
Yeah.
And then what? There might be a lawsuit in place, but these companies are so large it would have to be a class action lawsuit. But
Yeah.
here's the thing about class action lawsuits in Burgerland. A lot of terms of service now disallow customers from taking part in class action lawsuits. If you read the fine print of any end user agreement for a service of large companies, Steam, Sony, they now say if you use this product, you agree not to take part in any class action lawsuit against us. You can take part in personal lawsuits, but not class action. But the thing is, the only way you can go against companies is a class action lawsuit because these companies are so large. And the thing
Yeah.
is, this is completely legal to do in Burgerland, at least, because you can still sue, you just cannot sue as a group.
What help? What's your help?
So in other words, all digital would be a nightmare.
Yeah. And
Just
there's
because
also
of-
this copy protection nonsense that the industry has always tried to force on us and failed to do so. You know, forever.
That's what,
It gets some games. I heard some games are impossible to play because of the outdated DRM, and you know the company that made the system went under, and because of that the DRM doesn't work, so you cannot play the games anymore or whatever.
that's
It's,
why I buy exclusively from GOG because they're DRM free.
yeah.
Yeah, I hate being a snob, but it's just I don't like DRM. I like being able to make as many copies of my games as I like.
It's not being a snob, it's your right. And people that accept this DRM shit are just stupid. I'm sorry. But
And then there's also the fact that DRM actually does take up as minute as some of it may be. It does take up processing power.
it's like malware, really.
Yeah, pretty much. So I just don't want that on my PC. For me, it's mostly a performance thing because come on, Denuvo would probably the people that make Denuvo would probably get sued if it acted as actual malware. But I think it potentially can be malicious software.
That's what happened to Sony in the mid 2000s. If you heard of that story with the record labels. Basically, what happened is that the record labels really wanted to have strong DRM to prevent people from copying CDs, and so what they did is they installed software on every CD that would basically infect your computer and prevent it from reading the disc, but also install some weird like players to play the music that is on the CD, or it's like a 96 kilobit rate or whatever. And like it would install a DRM program that would only allow you to do like 2 copies or something of the CD, and the CD itself would be basically unreadable on many devices because of that. And with all that scandal, like it was discovered that that program was destroying PCs pretty much. So it was causing crashes and all kinds of really messed up stuff on the PCs. So Sony got sued, and they were forced to remove that system and re-release all of the CDs, and also release some patches to uninfect the computers that were infected. But anyway, that's one, it happened. That kind of stuff can happen.
I mean, I understand you want to get rid of. Oh man, I blocked that in time. But you want to get rid of piracy. You want to make sure people buy the game. Again, to me, it's a service thing. It's a service and quality thing. I'll gladly pay for your game if I think it's a good game, and if I can get it without any hassles. If I can treat the game like I do with my console games, where I can hand it over. I can, if it's a DRM free PC game, if I hand it over, you're going to have it permanently. But I want to be able to have a copy of it on my shelf, burn a disc of it.
Yeah.
Come on, man, I need to do that, please. Is Salcedo already out yet? I can't remember.
I don't know. Well, as soon as it's out, time to crack.
Oh no, it's going to be out on GOG too. But oh right, you don't use GOG.
No, I don't. Also, I don't want to support Exceed. So there's that too.
Oh right, because English dub only. There should be a Japanese undub at some point though.
Yeah. I'll wait for that and I'll get the crack or something and install the. I don't know. I don't want to get through the trouble. Oh, plus they don't even do currency conversion anymore.
Yeah, you know, if you'd be willing to, no, you're probably just gonna crack it.
What do you want to say?
I was gonna say if you're willing to, we could split the price on the game. Then I just buy it on my account. Then I just hand over the .exe file to you.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah.
Therefore, it's not piracy. We're still paying for the game.
We're sharing the game. Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't want to support a company that does these kind of things, and that was purely on their behalf. They decided to do that. It's not something they have to do, and I really think it's a big middle finger to us. Plus, with the rest, you know my stance on all of that. So I don't think Exceed is that great of a company really because of the people that work at it. I have nothing against Tom though. I think he's a good guy. Nothing against him. My problems are with other people, I think.
I find Tom to be the most honest.
Yeah, that's what I have to respect about him because I've been reading some of his posts to, his responses to people like me, I guess, that were asking all of these questions. And at least he's just like, yeah, I am the middleman. That's what I've been told. So, I can't really do anything about it. Sorry, but at least he's being honest. It's not being. He's not sugarcoating or trying to shield desperately.
And he does have to go into PR speak, but that's just part of the job.
Yeah, so you cannot really hold that against him.
Also, he's the least snarky.
And I love the fact that he said, when people really started to get angry at the fact that we weren't getting responses about dual audio, he said, I am restrained to an NDA with Exceed. When I got employed, that's my contract. I cannot say anything. I'm sorry. And people misread what he said and instead interpreted it as an NDA with Falcon or whatever. But that's not the case. That's an NDA he has with Exceed itself.
Where are you? I need to heal you. Ah. Okay, healed you.
And the camera system is kind of killing me right now. Because I have auto aim and sometimes it just goes crazy and I don't see what's going on.
I think that's because you were next to a wall.
Also, yeah. And when you have auto aim next to a wall, maybe, I don't know. I don't see shit because it's foggy or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there is a fog. Give me a moment, I need to heal you. Where are you? Okay, healed.
Besides, I was thinking about one thing and about, the whole not buying games from Exceed anymore. As you know, my budget is not unlimited.
Yeah.
So if I can avoid spending more money on the same games, then I won't. Because back in the day, yes, Trace in the Sky SC, I got it retail price. Oh, I got it retail price for a decent, it was converted, so I got it for whatever, 26 euros or something like that. And that was a fair price, but now the same game would cost you 35, something like that, or 40, so whatever. I'm done.
So here's a question then. Would you buy it if they did currency conversion then?
That would encourage me to buy, but I don't think that would be a good enough reason because I have other issues with them, as you know. It's not just a financial issue, if you know what I mean. It's more like I have issues with the company itself, as I told you. So when I think.
Go on.
I was thinking, you know, if they really tried to improve and do something about this, and changed back to currency conversion, I would be buying the games again. Yes. Basically, acknowledge Europe, and not always, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing I really have to. I respect P-Cube for, because they P-Cube again. It's a UK company, but they really do take into consideration the burgers. So P-Cube, yes, UK company, but they're very international.
Do you feel safe
Yeah.
camping this far out?
That's how it should be.
It is a touch unsettling. We're deep in the Marduk's territory.
Worry not. The Godark soldiers are on autonomous patrol. They'll watch the perimeter.
Thanks, Julius. That makes me feel a little better. They got us this far after all.
Is something troubling you, Gil?
I'm fine.
Something troubling you, Gil? Yeah, that filthy traitor is here. I'm fine. I just don't want to be around that traitor.
Julius, are the Godark soldiers ready for real battle? The wireless control is almost complete. I'm currently teaching them strategy and tactics. Good to know. How are things in Blood?
Pretty good. The captain's doing a damn fine job.
So, how can I repay you for all you've done?
Give me 10 pieces of chicken.
Even I wouldn't do
That's all I chose.
I'm the captain here. I can do what I want. I can take a dump in his coffee.
seriously?
I believe I've the authority to make that happen.
Julius.
Oh man.
Yeah. We'll smash that Marduk and have ourselves a victory feast.
So is no one just going to is no one going to mention the fact that he's infected with the virus and that it's openly there on his arm? No one going to mention that? No one going to notice that?
Cutscene now. Oh no, okay, it's still a text box. With the moon again. Brings me back to resurrection.
You see Julius start howling. Ugh! My otherkin spirit! Do you know what otherkin is? Did you ever see that video?
Yes, I did.
My otherkin spirit must not woo!
My god, that
Instruments are
video.
all showing nominal
Oh,
levels.
another
Let's
mission
begin the
again.
Mission
In the same
start.
place, I think.
Oh no, the fog, I hate it so much.
That's one thing I do like about the Dolphin GameCube Wii emulator. You can actually turn off fog.
Oh, nice.
So
That
if we ever play a cooperative GameCube game, we could play games, and if there's fog in the games, we can just turn that feces off.
Nice. I wish I could do that in Falcom games.
I wish, you know, that's the thing about PC gaming. PC gaming is supposed to tout this, oh, you have so many options and all of the, oh, good science, no, not these two. You have so many options and blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. Okay, fine, but where are the options for my anime games?
Yeah. True.
You know, I understand that, again, with Falcom, it's sort of it's a plot point that there's fog sometimes, but, and can there at least be an option to tone it down?
Yeah. So it's too strong when it, well, at least to me. Yeah.
I mean, again, I have no problem with it, visually speaking, but I think it's a little obnoxious at some points.
They have a thing with fog. It's like every game has
Yeah,
fog in it.
what is with Falcom and fog?
I wonder. I actually wonder. Oh man.
Okay, I'm going to try and split these two enemies up because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
fast and they have. One of them has AoE and the other one's fast as Gehenna.
Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with it. But when you said howling, whatever, I remembered. Have you heard about what is it? A Spice and Wolf getting something, whatever? Do you care about the series?
Oh, the VR?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. I know I have the sequel to Spice and Wolf, but I have no idea what's.
Because VR anime? Anime and VR? That would be weird.
I don't know what it is. I think that'd be. You know what? I think that would. You know how 3D animation is actually a lot cheaper and a lot easier than actual 2D animation where everything has to be drawn, like even if it's done on a computer. I honestly think that would be a really interesting idea. A well done 3D anime in VR where you control the camera.
Oh.
You know, obviously it would need to have some sort of auto mode where it would be cinematic, but there would also be a mode where you can... I mean, it would probably look kind of bad because it would have to render everything in real time, but, you know, I think it would make for a decent experiment.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's some anime stuff that you can... There's some anime games that you can run on a toaster that can still look relatively good. So yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
But I think it's just one of those VR experiences.
So do you mean like the stuff we get, like those apps, whatever?
I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really looking into it because I like Spice and Wolf, but I'm not super interested in Spice and Wolf.
Same. I mean, I have the DVD sets, but I actually don't remember really a lot about it. Oh. That was bad. Yeah, I don't care that much, but I think it's, you know, it's pretty decent.
I'm starting to run out of pills.
Yeah, same.
I'm trying to keep track of your of your HP as well.
Well, but yeah, well, I'm still salty about the Shining app half working.
Yeah, I can imagine you'd be.
I mean, what is that? Like, it's Sega. They're supposed to do something, you know, that works at least. Why is it not working for me? That makes no sense. Maybe it's for everybody else. I mean, I haven't seen anyone posting anything about this app since it came out, aside from the 2 original videos. So that's weird.
Yeah. It's weird. If I had access to it, I'd try it. Like on my own PS4.
Yeah. I mean, we can share accounts, I guess.
I've never felt comfortable with that, even with people I trust. It just feels
plus,
weird to me.
plus it would be me actually sharing with you, so I mean, it's not you that would be. I guess you don't risk anything on your side.
I mean, I just find it weird though. You know, I say that, and there's a program. I say that, and it's something I do before, but it's on PC. I've done the same thing with people. I've done something similar to this, except it's on PC, where you know how there are programs that people use to hack PCs where they gain full control over the PC, including mouse and stuff. I've used programs like that for some tech support stuff. You know, not as a work, but just something where some friends would ask for help, and then I would take control of their PC. But I'm not willing to do that for console for some reason. I don't know why.
Why is my camera still locked? Fuck, I don't see anything of what I'm doing. I'm completely lost. Can't see shit. And I'm almost dead.
Where is Gilbert? He is dead.
And really,
Get up, maggot! Oh,
I'm
thanks,
running
Gilbert.
out of
I revive you, and then you immediately run away, only for me to die. Thanks a lot.
Apologies for making you come to get me.
Give me a moment. I'm going to heal the both of us with a healing post.
There you
Thanks. Oh yeah, what was I saying? I just think it's weird. Maybe we're Wednesdays, or maybe Sega released an update. I hope to fix it, because it's clearly a bug inside the app. It's not my PS4 that is, you know, being crazy or anything. It's clearly a bug. So.
Perhaps I should focus more on defense.
Because I know that in Japan, I believe they have updates on Wednesdays, something like that.
You mean Wednesdays in Japan or Wednesdays for us?
In Japan, no? Oh, maybe for us, yeah. Yeah, for us, maybe.
Well, Japan is what, 15 hours ahead of me, and then for you it's 7 or something? 6?
Yeah, 8, I believe, 8 hours. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'll go check tonight, because yeah, I paid for this freaking app. It's on top of that, it's actually it's kind of a scam, because at least if you buy the ReZero app, you get so many modes and stuff to do. But with this one, it's like you barely get anything. It's really just one thing, and like you get a 1 minute event. You know, a date or whatever that happens in the game, and the rest is all walking around a 3D model. And it doesn't even allow you to look at panties.
It doesn't even let you date the girl, walk around the in-game town, or anything like that.
No, not even. You get to see the town in 3D, but it's you cannot do anything. You can only sit on a bench. That's it.
That sucks. That actually sucks. I would have expected that you could at least walk around town. Like, even if you don't have any control over it, it simulates a date where you walk around town and stuff.
That's what I was hoping, but nope. It's a date, but it's a date on a bench, and it's just Kirika talking about the fact that she had a dream, whatever, where you left her and she freaked out. So she begs you to not leave her, and that's it.
You say that, and I'm just remembering my friend Erebus, who had his stalker yandere wife at this point.
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah, and what's funny is like, I saw the video on YouTube. If you're wondering, it's not me that saw it in VR, but she's having the dream in real time, so she's sleeping and like going a little bit crazy, and then she wakes up and tells you about the dream. That's basically all it is. That's the event. It's a bit disappointing. Also, only Kirika. I mean, I was going for her to begin with, but because Elf, and, I just have a thing for Tony Taka characters and Elf ears. Don't touch me. And,
Where are the centaurs? Where are the dragons? The Shining Force the original Shining Force had dragon party members. Where is that?
At least it's progressive. It allows you to date men as well.
I don't
we
care
don't
about
care.
progressiveness. I want diversity.
Diversity.
I want diversity. I want to date other. I want to race mix.
You want to date Centaur. We know you want to. Revis is hiding it from everybody. It's a secret, but he's actually saving a lot of money and even raising funds with help of people so that he can have his wife get a surgery to become a Centaur.
Okay, Gilbert keeps dying. I need to heal you, feces. No, I missed it. There we go,
Please.
healed. Now I have to heal.
Please, it's for a good cause. Give money to.
It is the research is being done because we are experimenting with genetics in order to see if it is possible to enhance human physical performance with animal DNA for the sake of the army and military reasons.
Speaking of army and military, it has nothing to do with this, but I saw that the army apparently bought like tens of thousands of PlayStation 3s to use as a scientific supercomputer.
That was a
Back
long
in-
time ago.
Yeah, I know it was a long time ago, but I still find it kind of amazing that happened.
Everyone's out of pills. I'm
I'm
on
out of
healer
pills too.
duty.
Yeah, I'm also out of pills. Yeah.
Or I need to heal you. I'm on heal and I'm running out of OP.
But I did some research, and I guess that's one of the things that Sony wanted to push. They wanted to sell the Cell architecture as a processor for IBM and stuff. I think IBM was on board, in fact. But then it failed. Because you needed to adapt. Like all the employees and all the engineers needed to learn the Cell processor, which cost money and blah blah blah. So it didn't happen. It's an interesting story, actually, if you read about it. I don't know if you know about it, but
I knew about that. I knew about that using the Cell processor to compete with IBM or whatever.
it was actually IBM that was on board, not even compete.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know the general
Yeah.
goings on, I guess, but
But I think it's interesting, and that's why there was Linux on PS3. And what's even more impressive is Linux on the PlayStation 2. That one is impressive, I think. You can use your PS2 as a PC, no joke.
glorious PC master race.
Could you imagine? Yeah, this is my PC setup. This is where I game, and then use your PlayStation 2 with Linux on it. That would be a true hipster. There's so much effects, like lighting effects on screen.
There are so many. I like these monsters individually. As a team, this is utter cancer.
Yeah, what's going on? But yeah, there is a guy, the video I sent you today, the guy actually installs everything and does it properly. And he even goes on the internet with the PlayStation 2 to browse and get some software for the Linux build for the PS2. That was amazing. It's very slow because the processor of the PS2 was kind of weak, but graphically it was a good console, apparently, according to what I've been seeing.
Okay, one of them is dead. Thanks, science.
32 megs of RAM, yeah, that wasn't enough. I'm sure you can guess, but
Now what do we have? 8 gigs of RAM on the PlayStation 4 compared to the PS3's 256 megabytes.
it was 512, but it was 256 for the OS and 256 for the games.
Ah,
But it was 512.
man, how long we have come.
Oh yeah, we have.
And now everything is a PC. Everything's a glorified PC.
Actually, guess who started this trend with consoles? Because I know the first console that truly was like a PC, like literally like a PC. It's very easy to guess.
The PC engine.
No, the Xbox. The original Xbox.
Oh.
It had a Celeron, so the shit version of the Pentium processors, you know, the leftover processor that failed, and they called them Celerons. Those were the cheap versions of the Pentiums. Well, it had that, so a 700 megahertz Celeron, Intel, 64 megabytes of RAM, and it was GeForce graphics, whatever. So it was basically a PC. A PC from the early 2000s. That's what it was. That's what the Xbox was. Literally, you cannot get closer to a PC than that.
I mean, now you can, but back then.
But back then, yeah. You know what I mean. That was basically the specs of my PC I had in 2000. 64 megs of RAM, a Celeron at 700 megahertz, and except I had a 20 gigabyte hard drive instead of 8. That was in the Xbox. So
I think that we're going to get a cutscene after this, and then after this we can.
we can stop, yeah. I think that's enough.
Yeah, actually, but the thing is, before we stop, I think what I want to do is I want to look over your equipment because I want to get you that that one ability that makes you heal whenever you're in burst.
Oh yeah.
Because we finally unlocked that.
Oh.
We actually unlocked it a while ago. It's just I keep forgetting about it.
Oh shit.
Well, where are you? So I can heal you. And you know, I'm going to buff you while I'm at it. Where's Nana? I must save her! And I died trying to save her.
I died. You dead.
Oh, I'm...
Reminds me of the joke with "Welcome to die." As we talked about.
Oh, it's dead. Gilbert revives me. I revive Nana, then this thing dies.
I was eating it when it died. Well, I ate it and it died. So I guess I put the final blow or something. I don't know.
You stole my kill!
The boobs kind of look triangular when I look at them like that of my character.
I can't wait for God Eater 3 when we're going to have breast sliders.
Hopefully.
Have you seen the Code Vein, I guess main heroine or something?
I have, but I forgot. But I have seen the game.
Don't worry, I gotcha.
It's weird how I forget things. I see something and I...
No, not the one that looks like she's from Russia, the one with the white hair. She wears this, I have no idea what kind of hat it is called, but it is this kind of Russian fur hat.
Oh, I see, yeah, with the things on the ears. It has a name, but I forgot what it's called. Even in French, though, it's not just because my English is not good enough, it's just that I legit don't know.
Okay, her name is Io.
Guess what?
What?
It's not over.
It's not over! Ah! Ah!
I am not joking, it's not over.
What? I'm running. I'm running out of pills here.
Same, I don't have any pills anymore.
You know, you would think we're stocking. We have a bunch of boxes there in the background. You would think that one of them would be for supplies or something. Like you could bring a box of extra supplies. At least a single box of extra supplies.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't know how we're gonna survive this. Tell me when I can press on the ready button.
You can. Yeah, I'm ready. But I'm trying to find a good picture of Io that prominently shows her chest. So, I'm going to send you two images. One where it's kind of a full body shot, and then the other which shows off her chest. Oh, a cutscene.
Oh. Should be
So-
the last one then.
So this is the full body shot, and
It's a boss, maybe?
yeah, it's the boss. We actually fought this before.
That's so annoying. Hooray! A boss.
Okay, so the first picture is one showing off a full body shot, and here's one that prominently shows off her breasts.
Sorry.
Oh, this music!
Which one is it?
If you listen to the music, it sounds like something out of Power Rangers. Well, at least it's only one boss instead of two, so it should be more manageable.
Okay. There are some songs I actually really like in God Eater. I told you that already, but
Yeah.
it's surprisingly enough, it's not stuff I would listen to, you know, really often.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. There's another boss that appeared. I hope
Oh,
decides
fuck.
we do not need to kill it. We only need to kill this thing right in front of us. But
That was
if the other boss shows up, then run away. I will. Okay, it's stunned. You can go.
Thomas residence is calling all the enemies to her. Be careful. Blood Alpha, fall back and heal immediately. I can fight through the pain.
Okay, I'm back. Ah. I'm screwed. I need to actually fight this thing up close. If I want to get.
And we're out of pills. I don't mind these marathon quests, but it would have been nice to get a restart, a sort of checkpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we fail this, we have to start back from the very beginning.
Oh, that would be the worst. Seriously. I would not. Oh shit.
I'm trying to split up the group just so we only have to fight one thing, even if it's just the two of us, so it's at least a bit more manageable.
Yeah. Oh shit. That thing hits hard.
It does. Okay, here's what you do. Run away. I'm jumping right now. That's not the one we need to fight.
Where are you at?
I'm jumping. Other way, to your left.
To my left?
Okay, never mind. It's coming back here anyway.
Wait.
To your left.
I still have a tail at least.
Breaking off its attack to me. Anomalous bias pulse is splitting out from your location. Origami are coming. This situation puts you at a headwind. Warranty is activated. The anomaly is spreading fast. The origami are all converging.
Ah.
Remember your flash.
I hate how easy it is to move for those monsters, but for you, you're like running like
Yeah.
it feels like you're running at a very slow pace, and they can just jump like 20 meters, just like that. And that's what they-
Okay, so apparently someone's blood power is activating, and I don't.
Blood Beta, want your help, alright?
Oh, Feces, I think another boss is going to come.
Oh no, 3 bosses? Are you fucking kidding me?
I think. I think I saw the symbol for it on the mini-map. Could be wrong. Feces, I need to heal you. Get out of the way, Nana.
Thanks.
Okay, healed you. Science, Nana, put up a healing post. I go for a healing post that someone set up, and then I get damaged, thereby negating the point of going to the healing post.
Yeah, that's what happens to me all the time.
What is going on with my stamina? It's like more of my stamina is being used than
Conditions
normal.
have been fulfilled. Link support device is spinning up. God Arc is running at max level. Take victory. Blood Beta, fall back and heal immediately.
Wait, where are you? I need to heal you. Okay, healed.
Thanks. Where is this thing?
At this point, we're just focusing on the game because we don't want to die.
So it gets all silenced. Very quiet.
PC! I'm gonna...
Fall back and heal immediately.
Perhaps I should focus more on deep.
This thing's down.
Yeah.
With the previous bosses, I was trying to be flashy just so I could build up my... my blood arts activation chance! Feces! But now I'm just going full. I want to do as much damage to this thing as possible.
Yeah.
The origami is breaking off its attack. Anomalous bias pulses flooding out from your location. Origami are coming. That area is made for ambushes and flanking. Recommending you change position.
Feces, no! This is going to regress back to what we were doing in Resurrection, where it was like, no.
Yeah, basically.
At least for me.
Blood Beta, fall back and heal immediately.
Missed.
Oh shit. I'm almost dead.
A moment. Where are you? So I heal. Must.
Fucking hell! I really hate when I
You're
just
cornered.
heal.
Okay. There you go. Healed you.
I just heal with a pill, and then this thing just destroys me right after, just to make me rage. I hate it so much.
Come on, someone give me a buff. Does this thing get stunned ever?
Seems like it's not the case.
This would be so much easier with devouring styles.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's why splitting up won't work.
Remember your flash bombs. You need to make a quick getaway.
Or at least I was able to do some decent damage this time. It seems. Since it was stunned.
Blood Alpha, fall back
No.
and heal immediately.
I bet all you can hear now is my fan in the background.
No, I can hear your button presses, but not your phone.
That's amazing.
Because you have to remember, I'm also listening to the game through a second set of headphones.
Ah, okay. We can hear each other's button pressings.
Oh, you can hear mine as well?
Yeah, I can hear yours as well. I remember one time I was in a party with some friends playing Senbei Kiseki Kai, and you know the story I told you about the the fact that I was playing in turbo mode and trying to fish, and you know what happened with that?
Yeah.
The game was in fast forward, whatever you want to call it, like in fast mode. So I was trying to press the button so fast, and everybody could hear me rage while you know smashing my controller like crazy, smashing the circle button like a madman.
Gil, you're in danger. Disengage from combat.
Everybody was wondering what was going on. Well, I was stupid and didn't figure out that it's a bad idea to play in turbo mode for fishing. Also, I hate fishing in Sentry so much.
How did they change it?
It's completely different. It has nothing to do with it. It's so much more complex. Basically, you have to. It's a combination of holding the analog sticks to. I don't know how to explain it. So you have the button to press.
Okay, it's dead.
So you need the proper equipment, of course, but you also need to. How should I put this? So it's you have to press the button while moving the analog stick, but you need to do some counter weight or whatever. It's really strange, and I hate it, and I can never master it. You'll see, it's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's much more complex and annoying than Sin 1 and 2. But you won't have any trouble, I would assume. It's just me. It's just bad for me. Well, we didn't kill the second one.
Well, we didn't need to. Why should we? This thing's
Yeah.
already annoying.
Yeah.
Time for a touch of maintenance.
And also, you need to be very fast with the presses. Basically, when you fish, you can see the fish itself moving from left to right. And when the fish goes to the right, you need to press as fast as you can on the circle while pressing left on the analog stick at the same time. And once it gets too close, you need to stop and wait for it to go back and then start again. But if your timing is bad, you lose it. You lose the fish.
That figures.
So it's really, I fucking hate the fishing in Century so much. I used to be able to fish, but now I cannot anymore because of that. Well, I was able to catch the easy fish at the beginning, and then... Well, at least it's different, I guess. It's a different system. Oh,
Yeah.
cutscene.
Hopefully this is one that just auto-advances. But then we're going to have to deal with the awful audio.
Yeah,
Oh no, I already hear the awful audio.
yeah.
Even the music is terribly compressed.
The entire audio, the effects as well.
Even the sound effects!
Yeah, everything.
How do you mess up this badly?
I don't know, but it sucks. It ruins completely the immersion, that's for sure.
Romeo is
It's so bad that we
finally
never got over it
hope
even
he
after
finds
playing for
peace.
20 hours or something.
It's done.
I was expecting them to do a Sieg Heil.
We won, but it's still quiet. It always seems quiet without Romeo here.
It's so quiet. It's always quiet without Romeo here.
I
What do you...
know, Nana.
Yeah, I know, it's
I don't
great,
think
isn't
I'll ever
it?
grow used
It's
to
so
the
nice and
fact
quiet. Now we can just take in the scenery.
That's all of them.
They do the Nazi salute. They start marching
Yes,
like
it is.
Nazis.
Fighting at their side. Now I see why you worked so hard. Julius?
Speaking
I
of
would have accepted
Nazis,
no
have you
less.
heard about the fact that Germany wants to
So much, Julius.
Um,
We never would've
ban
gotten Mark
pre-orders?
God Arc soldiers. How freaking
So
cool are
if
these
they want to
things?
make it
Just-
illegal
So
to
freaking cool.
pre-order,
Just pre-order games, or just pre-order anything in general.
yeah, anything in general. Apparently,
Thank you,
they
Nana.
want it to be illegal.
I created them for you. I swore I'd never let any of you be hurt. And I mean to keep that oath.
I mean, okay, fine, whatever. It doesn't affect me.
Same for me. But I
It's
still think,
still kind of weird.
You should come
You
Yeah.
know.
well, it's the country that has its own crappy rating system for some reason.
Do you
Yeah.
see that jiggle that CL has, even though she was lightly walking?
This is my
That's
calling.
funny.
I must take up this work alone. I leave blood in your care.
Thought be gone. That's the only thing I can think of, and I'm thinking CL's probably not a thought.
Nah.
She's just really thirsty for main character. And only the main character.
Yeah.
Will we ever see you again?
Of course.
I love that stupid trope in anime
With Fox.
or games where people will answer without fully turning, like as if the I need to stop saying that word, as if you cannot give that person the attention that an important answer would give.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to check the mail and then I'm going to stop recording, but I just don't care. Nothing of value. So anyway, I'm just going to stop recording now.
Same.
戦えファルコムジャーザナドゥの正義のために
決めポーズよゴーファイミシシ